Hello, and welcome to the European Spa Project's digital database here on NodeGoat. This tutorial will help you upload spa institutions to the archive. And for this demonstration, I will be using the Hôtel du Grand Chef, which is located in the spa resort town of Mondorf-les-Bains in Luxembourg. The first couple of things you'll want to do upon logging in is to make sure that you click over into the Spa Institution tab, and to then check to see if the spa institution already exists in the database. So I will begin typing in the name of the hotel. And since I see that there are no results, I will go ahead and click in Add Spa Institution. And up pops the entry form. Some of the categories you'll notice will have asterisks next to them. These signify mandatory fields, while each will have an information button that will provide any extra clarification if needed. For part of Spa Town, since it is located in Mondorf-les-Bains, I will start typing in the name, and here it is. I can click on that, and now I have linked the spa institution to the spa town. If the name, however, does not appear, that means that the spa town is not in our database. And that will have to occur first before we can link any spa institutions to the spa town. So what you would have to do is click New, and doing so will bring you over to our spa town entry form. And we have a video on how to navigate this form if you need help. The one caveat is that the spa town must be entered first before spa institutions. And that spa town entry must be okayed by a moderator here for the database. So you would have to do this first and wait until the spa town has been officially entered into the database before you could continue on entering in any spa institutions. But since our town is in the database, I can click it and continue on. Here I will enter in the common name of the hotel with the most common spelling. And if your institution has any alternative names, be they different spellings or in different alphabets or in different languages, you can copy and paste that list here. We next ask that you identify the institution as being either a type of urban infrastructure. And if you click in this field, a drop-down menu will appear. Or as a type of spa facility. And clicking here will also provide you with a list of options. Since mine is a hotel, I will click C for accommodation. And I will move on to the description box. Here you can include any interesting or relevant information about your entry. And I've provided a small blurb that I would like to include just a few sentences about the origin of the hotel and the fact that it has recently closed. I read this information from an online newspaper article, and I have created a standard bibliography for this source, which I will copy and paste here. Because the journal article was one that I found online, I have included a web address, And if you have one too, you can highlight it, copy it, and then click this URL link. By pasting that URL address here and saving it, you have now just created a hyperlink, which will allow any perusers of the database to directly reach your original source. If the bibliographical reference is you, please include any personal information. This field, the successor to field, may or may not apply to you. For example, in the article I read about the hotel, the author was mentioning how in the near future, the building might be knocked down and rebuilt. If and when that were to take place, I could enter the new hotel in as its own entry form, and then use this field here to link that new hotel back with this Hotel du Grand Chef. Please click yes for both needs attention and community data. And now we're down here at the sub-objects. The location is perhaps one of the most important pieces of information you could give us. And without being able to locate the institution in both space and time, the database will not be able to use this institution in any of the visualizations. We ask that you provide a beginning and an end date. In this case, I will use the year 1852, as that was when the hotel officially opened. If you also happen to have a month and a day, you are welcome to include that information as well, though a year is sufficient. And then the hotel did close in 2012, so I will enter in that end date here. Were the hotel still up and running, I would click this box here, which signifies that it is still in existence, and thus there is no ending date. For the location, it is possible to just link the institution with the spa resort town as a whole. And you can do so by, again, beginning to type the name of the town and clicking on it as it appears. However, if it is possible for you to provide the latitude and longitude coordinates, we would greatly appreciate that, as it just provides greater detail and nuance to any visualizations that the database would create. You can enter those by changing the location point from reference to point. There are many ways in which you can find the latitude and longitude points of a location online. The way I'm doing it for this sample is that I've located the hotel on a Google map. And then I drop my own pin somewhere in the vicinity. And here we see we have some GPS coordinates. These coordinates can take on many different forms. The no-goat database recognizes the long decimal form, so please use this one. I will click no for asking whether or not the dates are approximate. Again, if you're unsure of exactly when your institution either opened or closed, you can write down an educated guess or an approximate guess, and then just click yes. Additionally, if you have any media that you would like to include, such as brochures or postcards or photographs, you can do so by clicking this plus sign here. And up will pop the form to do so. This is the same form that you may have encountered in the spa town entry form. In my case, I do have an image of a hotel from its early days that I would like to include. You can type in either the media's official name or a title. If it's untitled, you can give it one yourself. For author, regardless of whether or not the author is known, please type unknown here. More likely than not, the author will not yet be in the database. So it is best to leave it as such. In the case of my image, the author is genuinely unknown. But if you did know who the author was, you can include that information down in the description box below. And it does appear that we don't have an exact date of when this photograph was taken, but an approximate date is satisfactory. And again, you can just take note of any ambiguities or uncertainties in the description box. The media file option is how we attach the image to the form. And you can do this one of two ways. You can copy and paste the file URL directly into this box here, or if you have the image on your computer, you can click where I just did and attach the file directly from your desktop. Either or works. For the description, I will include what the contributor has added. And for the full source reference, it looks like the contributor accessed this from a journal article. So I can include that information there, along with the Wikimedia Commons webpage. One of the reasons why I chose an image from a Wikimedia website is that these images are more often than not in the public domain. And those are nice to have because then I can click yes for allowed for exhibition, which again, just enhances the database in more interesting ways, visually interesting ways for future research or for future exhibitions. However, if not, you can click no, or if you're unsure, you can click none. For media type, you can scroll through the drop-down menu and choose whichever category is best suited for your option. Okay. From there, I will click Save Spa Institution. And the action returned with success. That means that your submission will now be viewed by a moderator of the database. And once it is okayed, it will become an official entry. And official entries will be tagged geographically. There she is. Well, on behalf of the European Spa Project, thank you so much for contributing to this database.